Hey guys, Coach Jeremiah.
Welcome back to 814 Academy. I'm Coach Aaron. This is Coach Jeremiah, and today we are talking about goal setting. So I'm going to kick a field goal?
No. Are you going to score a goal?
No. What's a goal?
A goal is, there are different types of goals, right?
Yeah.
There's attainable short-term goals, so like each day, each week, whatever. And then the long-term goals. Then you also have we like to call them reaching for the star goals.
Yes.
There's just a bunch of different ones. You want to start with maybe the short-term attainable goals?
There's something about a goal whenever you achieve it that gives you that sense of accomplishment, and that's really what you want to do. You want to get to the point where you're sensing accomplishment. If you set your goal too easy, then you're not going to really feel that accomplishment. You're like, oh, that was easy.
Yeah.
But if it's too hard, you're going to be like, I'm never going to get there.
Yeah.
So you got to find that middle ground on there. So when we talk about short-term goals, we're talking about age-appropriate, tangible, measurable goals.
Yeah.
So like this weekend, we have a tournament. I was talking to my oldest son, and I was telling him that a short-term goal for him would be to score 2 goals over the weekend and to take 2 or less stick and fraction penalties. It's measurable, it's tangible, it's attainable. It's not too easy, but it's not too hard as well. So you got to make sure that those 3 things have to happen for short-term goals. Short-term goals have to be not attainable, but they got to be tangible, they got to be measurable, and they got to have a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
So those are my 3 things for short-term goals.
We only have 4 games this weekend.
Yep.
We're playing up, so it'll probably be a little harder for him to get goal,
right?
Maybe, and he does play defense,
yep.
So I think those are great goals. And that is the short term, like you said.
Yep.
And then long term, some long term things might be, I want to get this many points throughout the whole season.
Right.
Or what's another one that you can think of?
Well, I would say, I always talk to some of the defensive players and going, you're not going to score a ton of goals, but you're going to be getting assists.
Yeah.
So you're going to assist in 5 goals over the next so long, whether it be the season or whether it be that month. Really, the term is up to you what your long-term goals are. And we know that your day-to-day goals are short-term, but your long-term goals could be a month. They could be a year. They could be 5 years. They could be 10 years.
Yeah.
So, I always talk to the defense about assists and blocking shots.
Yeah.
If you can have 5 assists and 5 block shots in a month, you're doing pretty good. I mean, especially at the U10 level.
Yeah.
So, it's all on age appropriateness, and it's all about, making sure that it's, measurable, right?
Are there goals that maybe aren't as easy to measure as goals or assists or points?
Yeah, there is. So you could be on the rink for 7 goals and not get an assist or a goal.
Yeah.
And you could be on the ice for every one of those plays. So how do you measure that?
Yeah.
Right? There's different things. So you can use plus minus,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can use that. You could also use effort levels, give surveys to the kids like who played the hardest.
Yeah.
They'll be able to give you, instant feedback of who the kids thought, or you do it to the coaches when you have a coaches meeting. They'll give you instant feedback. Hey, so-and-so played the hardest. We do hard hats, right? After each game. We do hard hats for each game. So at the end of the season, you can see how many hard hats did you have. That could be an attainable long-term goal. So.
Yeah, and we don't give the hard hat out just because they scored 5 goals.
Yep.
We give it out because, they back-checked really hard throughout the whole game, or their effort level was there the whole game. They won most of their puck battles. Those are things you really can't measure, per se, but you can see them. I mean, we don't count, he had 10 puck battle wins. He won a lot of puck battles today. So there are ways that you can, you set these goals. I want to get bigger. I want to get stronger. I want to get faster. Whatever level you're at.
Yeah. And looking at film.
Yeah.
Right. That helps as well. So
yeah.
You'll be able to look back, especially as coaches or players, and go, hey, I saw this. I saw this. I saw this. I'm reaching that goal. I may not have got the assist, but if I keep doing this stuff, then eventually I'm going to get there.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
What about let's go back to short-term goals again. What about how do you set a day-to-day goal? I mean, I'm coming in the rink today. It is my day off, but I brought my sons for stick and puck. What could be a short-term goal for their stick and puck session today?
It could be a multiple anything. It could be anything. I had a kid yesterday who really wanted to practice getting the puck up on his stick, and it's a stick and puck, and we're just working together a little bit. And he's 5, and that's his goal. That he wants to, so he practice. You start pushing it up to the boards and then putting it up on your stick. Then you go, hey, try this, try that. By the end of it, still not quite there. He's 5. Like, you don't expect him to be, Sidney Crosby with his hand-eye coordination, but then you give him drills afterwards. Okay, I gave him a street hockey ball and said, go home and practice at home. And just like that was his goal for the day. So it could be anything from, as simple as that.
So do you think that even though he didn't get to his goal of the day, do you think he felt a sense of accomplishment?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, he had a smile on his face, that he had fun trying to do it. And when he didn't get it, you're upset at yourself.
Sure.
But he knows today's not the only day. He's got tomorrow. He's got the next day. So it's going to be his goal for a couple of days until he actually finally gets it.
Right, and it shows that they're attainable because he's not giving up, right?
Yeah.
He's not giving up,
And
so he shows he's attainable. It is measurable because once he does it, then he's done it. He does it. It's measurable. And then, it's not too easy because he's still frustrated and didn't get the first day, but we know that he'll eventually get it. So, again, a perfect example of a good short-term goal. Now, what about really long-term goals? I mean, we don't know what's going to happen in 5 days, let alone 5 years. So how do you set a goal for an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old for 5 years down the road?
Yeah. So our goal every day is to get better. So if you're getting better, you should be able to, by hitting your short-term goals, you should be able to get to those long-term goals. So I think that long-term goal of, let's say our 10-year-olds want to make the NHL someday. Okay. They're gonna, by setting that large goal, how do you get there? You have to come every day and get better.
Yep.
You just have to. So you have to set reasonable, achievable goals that are kind of hard that you can eventually get to, and then by using those short-term goals, you should hopefully get to those long-term goals.
I agree. It's almost like a family tree, isn't it?
Yeah.
You start with one person, and that family tree just grows. It's the same thing as NHL. It's the big thing at the end, but you have to have all the little branches before that to get there. So maybe something along the lines of, I'm going to make a junior team by the time I'm 17 in a large market city.
Yeah.
Right? How are you going to do that? Are you going to do that by staying at your local rink for the first 12 years of your playing career?
Probably not.
Probably not, right?
Hopefully you're playing better and better hockey.
Right.
Especially if you want to get to that level. Hopefully you're getting to that next level, getting to a higher level, not just staying flat and being okay with playing. For example, we play Scored A Major 3, which is middle of the pack.
Yep.
Hopefully next year these kids are able to play Scored A Major 2.
Yep.
And then
or Double A.
Or Double A. Or yeah, exactly. They should want to get better. And then the kids that are moving up next year, their goal shouldn't be for Pee Wee team to be whatever they're at.
It should be the next level higher.
Yeah.
Yep. And I agree. We have a pipeline that we kind of use here. We have kids that work really hard here, and then they either go to the Otters or they go to Penn's Elite. That's the next step in the pipeline if you're trying to get to the NHL. You can't stay stagnant where you are. If you stay stagnant where you are, no matter what association you're in, no matter what rink you're at, if you're staying stagnant, you're not going to get better.
Yeah.
You're not going anywhere. You're not going to achieve that long-term goal of playing D1, right? Of playing in the OHL, the AHL, the NHL. There has to be those attainable goals, and you can't stay stagnant.
And we talk about being the biggest fish in the smallest pond.
Yep.
You're not going to grow.
Yep.
Right? You want to be the smallest fish in the biggest pond.
Absolutely.
So, but anyway, that was goal setting and how to achieve it, kind of. And I'm Coach Jeremiah. This is Coach Aaron. We'll see you next time from 814 Hockey.